Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Andy Godoy Show. I'm your host, Andy Godoy, and I am back again with another one of these geeky podcast YouTube shows. I don't know what to call it. I need to figure out how to describe it a little bit better. So anyway, in today's show then, I'm going to be talking to you about this amazing film I watched just the other night. It is called Where, and that is W-E-R. Now the film is only a few years old and it is so good. I really enjoyed it. It's probably one of the best horror films I've seen in quite some time. I find with horror films, there's not many good horror films nowadays. I think they lack imagination. It's all been a case of being there, done that, or it's just too much CGI or just like dodgy acting. Very predictable. And this film is very different to... Well, okay. This film is a werewolf film. Slightly, maybe, perhaps. So I'll quickly tell you what the premise of the film is all about. I will say, do not watch the YouTube trailer, the trailer on YouTube, because there's so much going on. It will ruin the film for you. I mean, I'm going to quickly try and describe it as much as I can without ruining it, because there is a few twists and turns. So basically, the film starts off kind of like a found footage. The whole film is not found footage, but it's like a family, a mother, a child, and father. They're out sort of camping in the woods somewhere, and they hear something. That's me coughing, you can hear there. But yeah, they can hear something, and the dad goes into the bushes to see what it is, and all of a sudden you hear this big roar, and he gets dragged in, and then I think the kid gets attacked, and then it flashes forward to the hospital where the mother, the woman, has basically survived barely, and she claims that she got attacked by a very large man, and this man was very strong, and he devoured her child, and this guy was covered in hair. So the defense attorney is like an American woman who sort of grew up in Paris or something like that. She comes down and she has to defend this guy. And as she starts to investigate him, she realizes that this guy is very tall. He's got some sort of form of gigantism, and he's got, I can't remember the exact name of the illness, but he's got something which make him really, tall, but very fragile as well. And, they're in this cell and she's talking to him, obviously when he steps in, he's huge. His hands are ginormous. He is covered completely in hair, because that's one of the things that his illness has. And she's there to defend him. She thinks this guy here, he doesn't look like a killer. This guy is not acting like a killer. So she wants to basically make sure that he's not the one who's done this. So she's going to defend him. Now, there's a police guy who claims, no, this guy's done it. This guy's done that. He's very strong. He's very big. And they're treating him like an animal in the cell. There's one point where they basically they taser him. And it's so interesting, this film. Like I said, it's sort of like a spin on a werewolf film. But the whole point of the film is he? Isn't he? Is he the killer? Is he not the killer? What is going on? What's been happening? And the whole film really feels like an episode of sort of CSI or one of those police dramas, You feel for this giant guy. You feel for him because, he is afraid. He is alone. He does look different. And, there's people outside that, I've heard and seen on the news that he's possibly the killer. And, they're frightened, so they're throwing things at him and stuff like that. Like I said, I won't ruin too much about it, but the film really is an interesting take on full moons, sort of like how that affects our minds and paranoia and all of that. It is a great film. Some of the films in French, some of the other parts of the film is in English, because I think they're meant to be in France somewhere. This is a good, fun Friday film. And the reason why I'm saying I'm talking about it now, because I watched it just about 2-3 days ago, but over October this year, 2020, I'm going to be doing a lot more horror-related sort of film reviews, TV reviews, like spooky programs, game reviews. I'll be doing lots more things like that. And let's review Where then. So, okay, story, I would say it's like a 7 out of 10 because it's slightly different, but some of it, you know, you can see where it's going, and some of the characters act like film characters, basically. It's a good film. I think the only thing this film is lacking, it's got great acting, it's got some great shots, it has got a bit of CGI that looks a bit, you know, not great. But the score of the film and even the soundtrack, the music, there's nothing spectacular about that. But all in all, I think it's a good film. Highly recommend it to all of you guys. That film is Where, and I really hope, you know, that you enjoyed this video. Please like, please subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you're watching this on YouTube, please share it. Tell your friends all about it. If you're listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, again, like us, subscribe, and all of that. It really helps me, guys. Anyway, with that, I am going to call it a night. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.